Ooh, the ghost of Frosk is still wreaking havoc on the G4 set. That's right. Things have actually gotten worse for G4TV as everybody on the planet knows that the show is over. Everybody on the planet knows the show is done, that there is no more G4TV. But they continue to put on what can only be described as a sad, dead man walking show on a skeleton crew of people that know not just that the end is nigh, but it's actually here right now. And last night, they announced publicly that Kevin Pereira was leaving the show. Now, they spent an inordinate amount of time trying to convince people that it had nothing to do with Frosk. It wasn't. They didn't say her name. They dare not say her name. She's like Voldemort on that set. They had a Q&A session. They had all this kind of stuff. They kept saying, "Oh, we got to censor everything. It was absolutely insane." And this story is developing. By the way, huge shout out to everyone who has headed on over to coffeebrandcoffee.com, picked up our spiked jack-o'-lantern and our pumpkin spice. We just pumped up the flavoring on the pumpkin spice to make it a little more pumpkin spicy. Based on some early reviews. But if you haven't tried our coffee, tea, or cocoa, use promo code TheQuartering. I promise you, you'll love it. I don't want you to buy the coffee because you want to support the quartering. I want you to try the coffee because you want to support the quartering. But I stand behind it. I know it's really good stuff. I mean, just look at our reviews. 1,921 5-star reviews. There's already reviews coming in for our spiked jack-o'-lanterns. Our K-cups are blowing people's minds. 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. Everybody loves the dark roast and medium roast K-cups. They love our fall flavors. They're loving our teas. They love this tea. Love it so much. I just bought a new infuser to enjoy it. Head on over there. Use promo code TheQuartering to help support the channel and also enjoy some coffee, tea, or cocoa. Makes a great gift, too. So, here we go. Kevin Pereira's farewell. Of course, they had to announce it because some pesky YouTubers, I don't want to name names, the quartering, broke that, yeah, he was done. He was, in fact, done. Now, they went out of their way to say, oh, well, actually, this was all set in motion a while ago, and I believe that it was, to an extent. I believe that he could have stayed. I believe that if the show was successful, he would have stayed. Let's take a look at they had their new attack of the show last night, which was Pickleball Pandemonium. By the way, on G4TV, okay, their main channel now, it had a whole 12,000 views. They're live streaming right now to 300 people.
Anything more?
Now, no disrespect to these two, okay? No disrespect. I don't know if their show's good or not, but I know that 344 people watching is about what you'll get if you're a YouTuber with 500 subs or 1,000 subs. And maybe that's not true. 10,000, 15,000. But, like, nobody's watching G4TV. And you see, Kevin would still be here if more people tuned in. Dang those haters. They also locked down the chat at subscriber only mode. I feel bad for the people. I mean, look at this office space that they invested in. I mean, that's 30 grand a month just to turn on the lights. Bet you Kevin will come back after this stream so he doesn't bump heads. I mean, people are still talking about him leaving, and here's some of the comments he made yesterday.
The streaming media? Anybody got anything to talk about? No, just the videos? Let's watch the videos. Nothing comes to my mind.
I get it. This is how I would probably handle it too.
It's almost Halloween time.
What are you gonna be?
Unemployed. What are you? I am going to be a spooky skeleton. What about you, Austin?
Whoa, unemployed. Yikes. I mean, there's a lot going on They ended up playing pickleball for like an hour straight. I'm not exactly sure what that has to do with video games. I guess I know Kevin liked pickleball, apparently. They played it for an hour, and then they came back in and they did the farewell. Now, we'll get to the farewell in a second. Just last night, Game Rant reporting, Indiana Black reveals that she's been leaving gaming network G4TV and after joining as an esports personality after its launch. Well, Frosk, so you see here now, basically everybody now has confirmed that it's the tweet. Frosk officially revealed that she will be leaving G4 through her Twitter account on Tuesday. The esports commentator thanked her coworkers at G4 for their time working together, paying particular attention to both G4's esports department and the group that works on X-Play. Froskurin jokingly referenced the show's lizard named Gex after the game franchise after being a member of G4 that she will especially miss. Frost did not make any mention of her future plans within the gaming industry after leaving the network. Let me be very clear. She's going to get another job, okay? Make no mistake about it. She's like the iceberg that sank the Titanic, but like it keeps getting hired because she's like the perfect combination of like SJW and outspoken. You could see throughout her time at G4, Frost was known for her openness with speaking her mind about inequalities within the gaming industry. A notable instance early this year in G4 segment saw Froskurin railing against the ism within the gaming industry. What she was really doing is yelling at her viewers. Froskurin claimed that she'd been the victim of it at her time at G4, claiming that she received unfair treatment and backlash from fans for being a woman, or not perceived as attractive as her other female coworkers. Sorry, excuse me. Frosk was part of multiple projects within G4, including X-Play Boosted and the D&D live series Invitation to Party. Yeah. And they all sucked. I mean, it's pretty clear that they were all terrible, right? Her departure comes as part of the layoffs that have been seen somewhere between 20 and 30 members of the team laid off. Frost will first confirm departures that not work with others like Peter Berube, known for his role as Drunkle Ted on Attack of the Show, also confirming his departure. The layoffs come just under a year after relaunching. Notice how like the gaming media makes no mention of the tweet. Isn't it funny how like they're covering? I mean, this is a rod of her own making. She's not a part of the layoffs. This was a completely self-inflicted wound. G4's revival pushed heavily towards the online space with a number of notable content creators joining the network, with well-known gaming personalities like Gerard the Completionist, Scott the Waz, and VTuber Code Miko signed on with G4 early in its revival. The network also branched out from its core gaming review content into esports broadcasting, which featured coverage of games like Overwatch. Frost's departure from G4 will see the network losing one of its premier esports personalities. Premier esports personalities? Literally what? Game Rant. Michael Brandon Ingram, you should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. I mean, this is the same network, you know, you have Froskurin. Remember how she talked about how, you know, oh, these people didn't exist to be nice on the eyes for you, but here's Amaranth. Here's Amaranth. You know, the girl who's only known for her body. Put her on in a bikini in a bathtub. But don't look at her. Now, interestingly, the fallout has been rough. Okay. Frosk tweeted about her departure on the 20th and has remained offline in hiding ever since. I don't blame her. I don't blame her one bit. She tweets, "Thank you so much, G4 and the talented X-Plane esports departments. Love working with you guys. Gonna especially miss Gex." Now, was the Gex on the 3DO? Sega CD? Sega CD? I'm trying to remember. I can visualize the character. Anyway, their tweet received 2,400 replies and just 1,666 likes? 1,666 likes. Well, that's a bizarre number. With just 390 retweets. And again, one more time for Frosk. Everyone loves their Frosk rap, you know.
You're about to get Frosk bitten.
Get him!
Fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a
Bumpy ride.
All you geeks and gamers better stop jerking off to me, okay? I smell like burnt hair, Julie. That isn't stopping you. I fuck you like you're retarded because I think you're all retarded. I see.
I mean, that's not true. And you see like people trying to simp. It's sad. Unlike you, Fruskurian is respectable. 125 comments, 12 likes. Salty Cracker, looks like Geeks and Gamers running a train on Frosk in this comment section. I mean, really, Geeks and Gamers is the new G4. I mean, they provide all the gaming content that people could want on a variety of streams. They do theme parks. They do all this kind of stuff. And they do it without massive overhead. You know, of course, Steven, voiceover, my guy, getting in here with his favorite, you know, his version.
You're letting your unconscious biases ruin my day, and you're gatekeeping the gaming space. So maybe for 2022, we be a bit nicer, a bit more self-reflective, and we enjoy the fact that people are working hard to make free content for you. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
And like, all jokes aside, I really do respect and I am thankful for what Kevin Pereira and team brought in the original run of G4TV. It made gaming feel cool. It was one of the first like really mainstream kind of scenarios where like gaming felt cool. There were hot chicks who liked to game and it wasn't stigmatized, and it did a lot. And if you read a lot of the comments, people really loved him. You know, gonna miss Kevin a lot. Hope he does some guest spots. Gonna miss you, Kevin. You know, like, it's interesting. You know, Kevin leaving is brutal. Thank you, Kevin, for the best. The way that people react to Kevin leaving is very telling in terms of when you contrast it with Frosk leaving. And as much as Frosk would like it to be about her gender, it just never was. She's just unlikable. And that's the reality of it. And, you know, there are a lot of women on this involved in this programming that are well liked. I mean, did people celebrate when Olivia Munn and like many other women of G4 left? No. The women that are on the show now, the Gina Darling chick, these other women, are they celebrating when they leave? No. So there's like this common thread. And even though, you know, dunking on a toxic person getting their comeuppance, it's quite sad to see just how loved Kevin was. And it's an interesting contrast. So thanks, Kevin, for giving the old college try. I hope you find something to do. I'd love to have you on the show one day. I'm sure you'll never come on. But, you know, rest in pepperonis, G4. It's never coming back. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on it and hit that red subscribe button down below. And we'll talk to you again real soon.